Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Young. I was tired of sitting around the house and I was too lazy to set my camera up on a tripod and record normal. So this week I'm at the park. Nice weather. There's LU School right there. If you're familiar with Burlington, that's Lucille Umbarger. But this week I'm just going to record video here because it's going to be super short and easy. The last 2 weeks, we got 2 weeks left. Last 2 weeks. We're going to review sort of the most important things you should have learned first semester because they're going to be most useful next year as almost all of you move into geometry. Okay, so this week we're going to remind you how to solve a linear equation. This should be pretty easy. So here we go. All right, remember when you solve a linear equation, the goal is to get the x or the a or whatever variable it is by itself. So if we did something like 3x plus 6, our goal is to get this x by itself. So remember, usually it's easiest if you do your order of operations backwards. So normally you would do parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplying and dividing, then adding and subtracting, but we're going to do it backwards. So I'm going to do minus 6 first, and I get 3x equals 5. Remember, you always have to do the same thing to each side. So if you do minus 6 once from this side, you got to do minus 6 once from that side. And then since this is 3 times x, I'm going to divide by 3, and we get x equals 5/3. Or if you really like decimals, it would be 1.66666666666 forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, so there's our answer. And remember, if you're not sure, or really all the time, you should check these to make sure they're correct. So if I want to check it, I'm going to take my original equation and replace the x with 5/3. So 3x plus 6. If we did it correctly, we should get 11. So let's see. 3 times 5/3 is just 5. Does 5 plus 6 equal 11? Yes, it does. So that was kind of all there was to these, okay? Let's do a couple more. Let's try this one here. X plus 1 divided by negative 2 equals negative 4. These ones are tricky. We're going to kind of treat this whole thing in parentheses like it was one big thing. So the first thing we need to do actually is get rid of the divided by negative 2. So I'm going to do times negative 2 on each side. On this side, the negative 2's cancel out. So I have x plus 1. And then negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And then to get rid of plus 1, I'm going to do minus 1. So I get x equals 7. We should check that. If we did it correctly, 7 plus 1 divided by negative 2 should equal negative 4. Let's see, 7 plus 1 is 8. Does 8 divided by 2 equal negative 4? Yes, it does. So we got it right. Okay, one more. Let's try one more here. Go, example 3. 2 times x minus 1 equals 3 times 2x plus 5. So remember, when you get the parentheses here, the first thing we have to do starts with a D, and it rhymes with distribute. So we're going to distribute the 2, and then we will also distribute the 3. 2 times x is 2x minus 2. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 5 is 15. And now we have x's on both sides, so we want to get all the x's on one side. What I usually do is figure out which side has the most x's and move them from the other side to this side. So I'm going to move this 2x over there. So I get, let's see, negative 2. You got to be careful you don't forget the negative there. 6x minus 2x is 4x plus 15. And then I want to get all the numbers on the other side, so I'm going to do minus 15. And I get, let's see, negative 17 equals 4x. And then since that's 4 times x, I'm going to divide by 4. And I get negative 17 fourths as my answer, or if you really like decimals, that would be negative 4.25. There we go. So that one's tricky. You got to remember to distribute first. That means you multiply the 2 times both of those things. And then the other tricky stuff, don't forget that there's a negative in front of that 2. That's a really common mistake. Okay? That's all there is to it. go. You got a little bit of an assignment this week to practice those. It should not be super difficult. If it takes you too long, I don't know, let me know and I'll try to help you, okay? And then next week we will do graphing lines, which is also not super tough. So we have 2 weeks left. Let's try to finish super strong and get ready to have a good summer. Miss you guys. Bye.